Business, business, business. Numbers, numbers. Is this working?
What are you trying to do here, Unikitty?
I'm dancing with the stars. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
You mean like the TV show?
TV? What's that? It sounds magical. Yee!
It's kind of magical, but like more expensive. Wait, so if you weren't talking about the TV show, what stars are you dancing with? It's the middle of the day, and we're inside.
I don't know. Somebody just told me I could come stand on this paper to be with the stars. Ah.
I think maybe they meant the star.
What's that?
Well, it's a test in Texas. The letters are an acronym for something about Texas.
But something about Texas, that would be SAT, something about Texas. That's not star, that's SAT.
No. I mean, I don't remember what the acronym is. I just remember whatever the acronym is. It's about Texas.
Wow, Texas sounds sparkly.
Okay.
Can we do it? Can we stargaze?
You mean you want to take this test? That's a math test?
I love math. It's the universal language.
All right, sure. Let's take it. What do you know about taking tests?
Pretty much nothing.
All right, well, what's your plan?
Well, I'll finish it as fast as I can so that we can go bathe in glitter. And then we'll wash it off in the ocean and look for some mermaids and blow underwater bubbles. And then maybe find a family of teddy bears so we can snuggle.
No, I mean, what's your plan for taking the test? What's your test-taking strategy?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, why don't we do this? Why don't I teach you how to take the test?
Yay!
And then we'll record it.
Record? Is this more magic?
Yeah, it's the internet. It's basically more magic.
I love magic.
All right. You got to put a little damper on it, Unikitty. We got to be like almost calm. You could still be you, just less you. A little more you. All right. So let's open this test up and see what it says.
Wow, what's this?
This is our reference material. This whole page is to help us.
This page wants to help us? Yay!
Oh, Unikitty. You just pinked all over the paper. Gross. You need to calm down. Ugh. Alright, I'm going to keep that over there for reference. And this, don't even look at that. It's more help. Yep. Calm. We're calm.
We're calm.
Hey, maybe this whole... No. I don't need you to turn this whole page pink.
You read my mind?
Yes, it's sort of a one-track mind. I got the idea. Well,
What's this paper for?
Well, we could use it as scratch paper. We could use it as graph paper. It's pretty useful, so I'm going to keep it with our other useful papers. No, I'm going to make a separate pile up there. So we got our scratch paper up there. We got our formula charts over there. We're pretty much good to go with the strategy.
Snuggle?
No, for the test.
Do tests like to snuggle?
I don't think so. Do you have an answer key? A bubble document?
I love bubbles.
Do you love these kind of bubbles?
I've never seen these kind of bubbles before, but I love bubbles. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles.
All right. So when you're taking the STAAR test, you have this paper that's ours to write on. We can do whatever we want with it. Yay! Whoa, 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 whoa. Besides, cover it in terrible pink graffiti. We don't do that.
Oh, sorry.
And then the answer document, that's real important. We can't put anything on there except the answers. And we should have a pencil. Do you have a pencil?
I have a horn.
That's not the same. All right, you wait here. I'm going to go get a pencil. All right. Pencils and erasers are super duper important because
if you put them on your forehead, you could look like a unicorn too.
No, that's not why they're important. The whole strategy for the STAAR is about guessing and timing. And both of those could require changing our answers. So we're using pencil. We're going to be able to change our answer. And what I want you to do is figure out how much time you have for each question. So you can see over here on the bubble sheet,
Bubbles!
you got 38 questions.
Are we going to do them all?
You know what? We probably shouldn't. I don't think our audience has a big attention span.
Really? Why not?
Well, because I don't have a big attention span and they're smaller than I am, so I don't know where they would fit a bigger attention span than I have.
Logically, it makes sense.
Good. So let's do this. Let's make one video just going through question 12. So we're going to pretend that the STAAR test is only 12 questions long.
12 stars. I'll bet we can make a constellation.
And since the whole STAAR test, we have 3 hours. That's about a third of it. Let's say we have 1 hour to do these 12 questions.
12 questions?
Uh-huh.
In 1 hour?
Uh-huh.
That's 5 minutes per question.
Yeah.
That's too long.
I know. So, we're not just going to do the test once and be done, because who can spend an hour doing 12 questions? That's crazy. What we're going to do, the STAAR strategy that I'm going to teach you, is you're actually going to do the test 3 different times.
More math? I love it already.
I'm glad you do. I'm guessing you're the only one who feels that way about math. But the reason we're doing it 3 times is because the first time through, you're only going to do the questions that you're absolutely sure about.
Why? Shouldn't I try the hard ones first?
No. Think about your brain. If you have to think for hours and hours and hours and hours, is your brain going to be worn out or is it going to be fresh?
What am I thinking about? Lollipops? Bubblegums?
Paper.
White paper?
Yeah.
Not pink paper?
No, just regular white paper.
My brain would get tired.
Exactly. So when your brain is fresh at the beginning of the test, you want to make sure that you get all the questions that you could get right. Which means if you look at a question and you know how to do it, you should do it. But if you look at a question and you're not sure you know how to do it, don't waste your brain's best energy on a question that you might not even get on your brain's best day. The first time through the test, you're only going to do the ones that you know you're going to get right.
Yay!
Thanks. That's the more accurate brain, I guess. All right, so that's the strategy. You're going to go through the test. Remember, it's only 12 questions. And if you know how to do it, you're going to answer the question. If you don't know how to do it,
I'll skip it.
sort of. Tell me first, and I'll show you how this strategy works.
Okay. Number 1. The table shows the number of photocopies made during one day at each of the 25 schools in a school district. Wow. They're all so pretty.
Unikitty?
Yeah,
Or are you going to solve the problem?
but they're so pretty.
Do you know how to answer this and not just stare at the pictures? Pictures. All right. Are you 100% sure you're going to get this question right? What question? Do you remember it asked you a question?
I forgot. I was distracted by the pictures. Can I make them pink?
Not right now. Okay. So if you're not sure you're going to get right,
we skip. Woohoo, look at me skip.
No. This is a star test, so you're not going to skip. We never skip. You're going to star bubble.
Stars and bubbles together?
That's right. So, around the number here, you're going to put a star.
Hooray!
And then on your answer document, oh, not with the pink marker, with a pencil, we're going to bubble in your favorite letter.
My favorite letter is U for Unikitty.
Your choices are A, B, C, or D. A is the first letter of the alphabet. That's like a 1. And you have one horn.
A it is.
All right, so on my answer key, I never ever skip on my answer key. I never leave a question blank. When I go to question 1, I don't go to question 2 without filling it in. And I know this is a guess, and my answer key is not going to know that, because if my guess was right, then I want to get credit for it at the end. My test document has a star bubble here that shows me this was a guess. So now when I go back at the end of the test after the 12 questions, I know I need to look at this one. But my answer key will never know that. It's just going to have an answer ready in case I never have time to come back to it.
That's genius.
I know. All right. So this page, we're going to keep track of it because we're going to come back to it. So page 1 is there. All right, number 2. If you know how to do it, answer it.
Which Venn diagram shows the correct relationship among different sets of numbers and the correct placement of negative 648? Bubbles!
You kidding?
Yeah.
This is a math question.
But it's so pretty.
Okay, are you 100% sure you're going to get this question right?
Only if the answer is bubbles.
Yeah, it's not bubbles. So we need to star bubble. Wow, that's a sloppy looking star.
It's because I wasn't using pink.
All right. So we start that, and then we go and we pick
a new favorite letter?
No. The same favorite letter.
But A isn't on here.
All right, well, then we pick the same spot, right? We picked the first letter, so we're going to pick the first letter again. We're always going to pick the same letter. Anytime we have to guess, which is what star bubbling is, it's a guess on the answer sheet and a note on our test paper. Anytime we have to do that, we are going to guess the same letter every single time.
Why?
Because if you change your answer every time, you might accidentally get them all wrong. But if we just answered A straight down, beep, 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 we would guarantee get some of them right. So we're playing the statistics of guessing.
Okay.
All right, I thought you'd appreciate statistics. Next page.
Number 3, the expression shown can be used to calculate the amount of money in dollars a grocery store customer should receive in change when paying $50. This is math. Okay, so order of operations says parentheses first. Inside the parentheses, I have more order of operations. So I look at the parentheses first, and there's nothing inside the parentheses I have to do. So then I look at exponents, and there's nothing. And then, whoa, Unikitty, slow down, slow down. Multiplication, division from left to right. So I'm going to have 5 times 2 is 10, and 2 times 2 is 4. And then addition, subtraction from left to right. 14 plus 12 is 26. Plus 10 is 36. Plus 4 is 40. Plus 3 is... Where was I? Well, this is why we should write every step. Okay, I like that you're doing this. Let's make a note of where that came from.
And then if you get lost or confused or you want to go check your work later, you have all your steps written out. Okay, so 26 plus 10 is 36. Plus 4, 40. Plus 3, 43. But we're not done, because that was just inside the parentheses. Now we have to look at everything for exponents, but there's none. Multiplication, division from left to right, but there's none. And addition, subtraction. 50 minus 43 is 7. Yay! All right. And on our answer key, are we going to use pink marker? No. All right. So you got the answer for this one is D for number 3. And this is another good reason to never leave an answer blank. If I had been busy doing all this math and forgotten that I skipped 1 and 2 without putting some bubble there, I might put D for number 1, because that's the first question I answered. And then all of my answers from then on are going to be off. I might have gotten every question right, but I bubble them in the wrong spot and I get 0 credit for it. So that's why we never, ever, ever, ever leave a question blank. Thank you. All right. Which expression is equivalent to 6 times p plus 3? Oh boy. 6 times p. That's like if I had 6 puppies. So I could just write 6 puppies. And then I add 3 muffins. What do you mean you add 3 muffins to the puppies? Well, these were puppies. See? It's a group of p. And these aren't a group of p. So they're something different. And you just assume they were muffins? Uh-huh. Good choice. I like it. I don't see that here on the answers, though. Huh. Well, what do I do? So, if you are not sure, then you can still star bubble this even partway through. So, once you got that first step, are you 100% sure you're going to finish the step? No. All right, so put another star here. Woo! And what should I bubble in on my answer key? My favorite letter, which I guess is F. Okay, so favorite letter is F. All right. So we have answers for 4. Only one of them was a real answer. The other 3 were guesses. But we're at least giving ourselves a chance. These might all be right. Probably not. But since we're going to go through the test more than one time, it's okay that they're holding a place right now. And even if I run out of time, I'm at least giving myself a chance to get them right instead of leaving them blank. Yay! All right, next page. What do we got? Number 5. A scientist used 786 milliliters of a liquid for an experiment. How many liters of liquid did the scientist use for this experiment? Not nearly enough. Okay, but do you have a number answer? Yeah. Milliliters are tiny. So if I have a liter here, even if I use 786, that doesn't even make a whole liter. So it's got to be this. You sure it's not this? Pretty sure. If you weren't sure, could you check on your sheet? Yay! 1 liter is the same as 1,000 milliliters. That means I have 786 milliliters, which is less than 1,000. But it should be close to 1, because 1,000 milliliters is 1 liter. How many of these should I have? I'm going to use the butterfly. Wee, wee. Unikitty, are you just like telling stories about random animals? No. This is real math. When you have a fraction equal to a fraction, you take the bottom left times the top right, and the bottom right times the top left, and you multiply the two, and it makes the wings of a butterfly. See? Look at me, I have beautiful wings. Okay. All right, so what do we do after that? we cry a little bit because that marker just rolled away. We don't need to cry. We got more markers here. It'll be fine.
Yay! Okay. 1 times 786 is 786, and a question mark times 1,000 is 1,000 mystery numbers. That's what the question mark means.
Okay.
I want the mystery number by itself, so I'm going to divide by 1,000. And if I do that to one side, I have to do it to the other because they're equal, just like you and me are equally best friends.
Aw, thanks, Unikitty.
Actually, I was talking to the audience.
Oh. I knew that.
So I divide by 1,000 on both sides, and the easiest way to divide by 1,000 is to move the decimal place. I'm going to move it to the left because I'm dividing, and there's the... Wait. There's no decimal place. Of course there is, silly. All numbers have a secret hidden decimal place. If you had to pay $786 for something, it would be the same as $786 and 0 cents. So the decimal's there. Sometimes it's just hidden.
Okay, and what are we going to do with that decimal place?
Moving to the left because we're dividing 3 places because there's 3 zeros.
Oop. Wow, you got a little too excited about that math.
Oh, better.
All right, 1, 2, 3 places. Look at you, Unikitty. You were right all along. I don't know why I ever doubted you. All right, so number 5, the answer is C. And we're not going to draw a star around that one because we did not guess. We answered it.
Yay! Which inequality is true if P equals 3.4? Oh, well, let me see this. I almost used a pencil.
Boy, that would have been terrible.
3 times P would be 3 times 3.4. So 3 here would be 3 times 4 is 12. Carry the 1. 3 times 3 is 9 plus 1 is 10. 1 after the decimal. Decimal's right there. 10.2. 10.2 is less... It says 10.2 is less than 10.2.
Why don't you tell us why that's funny?
Because it's the same as 10.2. Could you imagine? That's like saying Princess Unikitty is cuter than Princess Unikitty. Oh, math, you're so funny. It's not F.
Okay.
And then 3.9p, that'd be 3.9 times 3.4, because that's what p is. Multiply this. I get 3 times 9, which is 27. Carry the 2.
Whoa. Did you just start with the tens place?
Yeah.
Is that legal?
If not, I'm a criminal. 3 times 9 is 27. Carry the 20. 3 times 3 is 9, plus the 2 is 11. And now I'm done with this 3. And I'm ready to move on to the 4. So I'm going to put that underneath. 4 times 9 is 36.
Oh, you're messing up this next problem.
Sorry. 4 times 3. Wait, I forgot to carry the 3. 4 times 9 is 36. 4 times 3 is 12, plus the 3 is 15. Then I have to add these up. 6, 12, 3, 1. And there's 2 behind the decimal.
Wait, what do you mean 2 behind the decimal, Unikitty?
Oh, well, look up here. I have a decimal place, and then I have one number behind it.
Oh, you mean to the right?
Yeah, because when we read left to right. So this is the front, this is the back, this is behind it.
Okay. And where'd the other one come from?
Well, because there's 2 decimals. So here's the second one. That means down here I need 2 behind, that's to the right of, the decimal. This is wrong.
That's wrong. You worked so hard on it.
No. I mean, this is wrong. It says 13.6 is less than 3.9 times 3.4. But 13.6 is more than 13.26. So this one's also wrong. Sorry, G. H says 5p is greater than 17.1. Let's try it. Unikitty, are you sure we have enough time for this? Well, sure. We have 5 minutes for every question. Okay. If we didn't have enough time, do you know what we should do on the STAAR test? Cry? No. Anytime that you have a problem you know you can do, but you know it's going to take a while, you can still just STAAR bubble it and treat it like a question you don't know how to do. Because in the time you have, you technically don't know how to do it. But I do know how to do it. All right, well then keep going. All right, 5 times p is 5 times 3.4, which means I'm going to do 5 times 4, which is 20, 5 times 3, which is 15, plus that 2, 1 to the right of the decimal, so 1 to the right of the decimal. No, 17's not greater than 17.1, which means it's J. We didn't even check J. But there's only 4 options, and it's not F, G, or H. You are already a testing genius, Unikitty. I thought I would have to teach you everything, but you are already good to go. That's right. If you find 1 right answer, you're done. You know what the right answer is. If you find 3 wrong answers, you're done. You know what the right answer is. Yay! All right, read that one if you can. Carlos walked to school on 14 of the 20 school days in February. Which value is equivalent to the fraction of the school days in February that Carlos walked to school? Well, there's 20 school days. That's the total. We always put part over whole for fractions. And he walked to school on 14. So the fraction is 14 over 20. Since they have percents here, we can turn this into a percent. We just want to make sure there's a 0, a 100 on the bottom. You mean 100? Yeah, sometimes I call it 100 just to be clever. This looks like a fraction, though. Weren't you talking about percents? Yeah, if you look at the Latin origin of the word, per means divide by, and cent means 100. You know Latin? I have to. Uni is Latin. Ah! And to get here, I must have multiplied by 5. 20 times 5 would give me 100. And if I'm multiplying by 5, I'm multiplying by 5 everywhere. 14 times 5, I'd have the 0 in the 1's place. Carry the 2. 5 times 1 plus 2. 71 hundredths. There's no 71 hundredths. Here's 7 hundredths. Silly. Remember hundredths? It's the same as percent. Oh. I guess I should know that since I'm a math teacher. Alright, so you got an answer for number 7. So, not a guess, but still A. Next. The dot plot shows the wing length in millimeters for 10 birds. I love birds. They're like little feathery Pegasus. It's so pretty. Unikitty? Yeah? Can you answer the question? What question? Alright, so you have a problem getting distracted. Anytime you have trouble with a question like that, just go ahead and STAAR bubble it. Remember, we're going to go through this test 3 times. The first time, we're only spending our time and energy on the ones we know we're going to get right. So the ones that distract you to the point you don't even know it's a question, we're going to move on. Okay? So our guess is F for now, but we're writing in pencil. We have it marked down for review, so we can come back to it. Number 9. After 4 new students joined the class had 32 students. That means there used to be 28 students. Do you know we need to know that? I don't know, but I thought of it, so I wrote it down. It's actually a good strategy, making notes as you read. Okay. Which equation can be used to find n, the number of the students in the class before the 4 new students joined? Well, the answer is 28, So it has to be this one.
Well, but what if you didn't know the answer was 28?
Then I'd be confused.
Good point. All right, so you're sure it's D?
Yeah, look. 28 plus 4 is 32. After 4 new students join the class, that's adding 4. Joining is adding.
All right, D it is for number 9. Next.
Whee! What is the value of the expression shown? Record your answer and fill in the bubbles. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles.
Oh, wait, hey. Wow, you got pink on this. All right, remember, the answer key is important. That goes to the test people. This needs to stay clean.
Sorry.
All right, find the value of the expression shown.
Uh-huh.
No, you do that. You're taking the test.
Oh, right. Parentheses, there's none. Exponents, there's an exponent. 5 squared means 5 and 5.
You sure there's no 2 in that squared?
You're trying to trick me.
I am, because a lot of my students get that wrong. So, you knew not to use the number 2. Why did you know that?
Well, because it's hiding. Look at this number 2. It's big. It wants people to pay attention to it. But this number 2 is a secret. So I don't write 2. I just write 5 2 times.
All right, good work, Unikitty.
And 5 times 5 is 25. And there's no multiplication division. So I'm ready for addition subtraction. 24 minus 25? I'm missing something. That's a -1.
All right, so we can write -1 here, but the important thing is the bubbles. If I misbubble it, then I'm wrong, no matter what I wrote on the top. So I make sure I bubble in that minus and bubble in that 1.
Yay!
By the way, if you had fingers, I would make you do that part.
Ah.
All right, number 11.
Which situation can be represented by the equation y equals 12x? There's a lot of words here.
Do you have time to read all those words?
Maybe?
If you're not sure, what can we do?
Star bubble!
Yep, we totally could. So you decide.
I'll read. Victoria went to school for X years. This is 12 times y, the number of years her brother went to school. No.
You don't like that one?
Oh, I love it. Because it's about Victoria and her brother. But it's wrong. See, and that means x is, which would be x equals. And that's not what this says. This says y equals. Victoria spent X dollars to buy a gift for her brother. She gave the cashier Y dollars and received $12 in change. No.
What's wrong with this one?
Change is always subtracting, and there's no subtracting here.
All right, good.
Victoria has Y dollars. This amount is, Y is 12 times X. Yay! It's C.
All right, and do we need to check D?
No. How could D be right if C is right? You're so silly.
Thanks. All right, number 12. The weight of 4 puppies.
Puppies!
Unikitty. Unikitty.
Yeah?
Focus.
On puppies?
No, Unikitty. All right, we're going to have to star bubble this one too. So, we always have a favorite guess. If we're just guessing, not answering, pick the same letter every time. Doesn't matter which letter we pick, as long as we pick. You like the first letter, so we're doing the first letter. And now we're done with the test.
Yay!
The first time.
2 more to go.
Okay. So the second time we go through, which questions do you think we should answer?
All of them.
No, not quite. We're going to answer any of the ones that I think I can get right. Well, you think you can get right.
But then won't the other ones feel lonely?
Well, they shouldn't, because look, they all already have an answer, and we already used our best brain power for the ones that were easiest. So now we're going to use our second best brain power for the ones that are second easiest. Okay? We want to make sure we get all the points we deserve. So I don't want to wear my brain out on questions that I might not know and have it burned out and miss a question that I would have known if my brain had been tired. So first time through, I did all the questions I knew how to do. Second time through, I'm doing all the questions I think I can do. If it's super hard, it's going to crush our brain, so we're going to skip it again. And we'll save those for the third and last time.
Okay.
All right, so you'll notice these pictures aren't pink, right?
Right.
So they're really not that pretty, are they?
I suppose not.
All right, so let's try to answer this question.
The table shows the number of photocopies made during one day at each of the 25 schools in a school district. It's got lots of numbers. Which histogram displays all the data in the table correctly? Well, I need to figure out how many were 800 to 899. Where's that highlighter? 1, 2, 3. This is no good.
Well, that was pretty fast. Are you sure?
Yeah, the category 800 to 899, it only has 3. And this line goes all the way up to 5. But this one has 3, and this one has 3. So those two might be right. This one's wrong.
Okay, good. Then we check the next one.
No, we don't check the next one. Look, the two choices that are left, the next one's the same. The one after that is close, but it's not the same.
Okay, so we're going to check 1,000 to 1,099.
Yeah, 1,000 to 1,099.
Wait, are you going backwards?
Yeah, it doesn't matter the order.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8.
Oh goodness, Unikitty, are you okay?
Yeah, sometimes I just get so excited I lose my head.
Okay. I don't think that's what that expression means, but looks like you found the answer C.
Yay! Oh no! On the answer key I said it was A.
Well, thank goodness we wrote it in pencil, because then we just erase A. And we put C.
Wow, you're so smart.
I know. Alright. So, wait, let's do this. Let's scratch out our star, because this is no longer a guess. We really did answer that. Number 2, how do you feel about this one?
Bubbles.
They're not pink, though.
But they're bubbles.
So in other words, you still can't concentrate on the question.
What question?
All right. Moving on. So number 4, we put a star here. But look at this work you did before.
Uh-huh.
Can you get rid of any of these choices over here?
Oh, sure. This one's got to be wrong. You almost made me write with pencil. This one's got to be wrong because it's 3 times P when it should be 6 times P. And this one has a subtraction sign, but there's no subtraction sign. This one's wrong because 6 times P and 6 times 3 would be 18. Parentheses mean you multiply both, and this is different. So it's got to be G.
All right. So again, we found an answer that didn't match our original placeholder guess. So we just erase our old answer, put in our new answer. And how's your brain feeling, Unikitty?
It's fantastic and sparkly and squishy and wrinkly and wonderful.
We didn't burn our brain out trying to do questions that were too hard at the beginning, did we?
No.
It's a good strategy, right?
Not as good as lollipops.
Lollipops aren't a strategy. Come on, let's keep going. All right, this page, we had no stars, so we're already good. This page, it had some dots on it.
With birds.
Yeah, can you concentrate on this one?
Yeah, I can stare at them and imagine each individual.
All right. You're not going to be able to answer that. Number 12 had puppies.
Puppies!
But I'll be honest, Unikitty, I don't think they were real puppies. I think they're just made up for the story.
Well, that's okay.
But it means they were on paper. So they're like boring paper puppies.
Origami? I love it!
So you can't concentrate on this one either?
No.
Alright, so we went through a second time. We changed a few answers. Now, this is going to put you in a bad mood.
No.
You're going to have to put your ears back. We're going to answer all the questions this time. It's our third time going through the test. So, whether you like it or not, we are answering the questions.
You're a monster. A big fluffy monster. Yay!
Alright, no star here. A star here. So, do the best job you can. If you can't concentrate, then we still have an answer. We still might be right. But if you can figure out that we're right and prove it, that's even better. Or if you can figure out we're wrong and prove it, then we can change it.
Yay! Okay, well, let me look at the boxes first, because those aren't bubbles. All rational numbers. I know what that means.
What does that mean?
It means rational numbers are the biggest category.
That is correct.
And then
Yes.
there's bubbles.
Yes, there's bubbles. You're talking about biggest category though, right?
Uh-huh.
What's the next biggest category after rational numbers?
Well, I guess integers.
You guess integers? Why would you guess integers?
Well, because rational numbers are all numbers that can be written as a fraction, and integers are all numbers that can be written as a fraction with a denominator of 1.
I'm not sure I get that, but you're pretty sure that it goes rational numbers and then integers?
Uh-huh. Which means whole numbers is wrong because integers should be next.
Hey, look, Unikitty, you answered part of the question.
I did! I'm not distracted by bubbles. Yay! Whole numbers is the smallest group, and it's even smaller because it can't have negative numbers in it. The answer is F.
And guess what we have on our paper, Unikitty?
F for fun, fantastic, fabulous.
Yeah. So that is why we always guess. We never leave a question blank. And even though we had to change some of our guesses, we didn't have to change this one because statistically, as long as you keep the same guess, you will be right on some of them. So we don't need this star anymore. We actually answered that question. Oh, we shouldn't have had this star either. We answered that question. And so now we are down to no stars on this page. Wing lengths of wings.
What does that mean?
It's like hockey players, the wings in hockey.
I've never played hockey. Is it exciting?
Not as exciting as math.
Yay! Okay. Which statement is supported by the data in the dot plot? More than half the birds have wing lengths of less than 50 millimeters. Here's 50. Here's less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is more than half because this is 6 versus 4. That's it. Yay!
And guess what our answer was?
It's the answer we answered already.
Never leave a question blank. It's a very important star strategy. All right. Get out of here, Star Bubble. We answered you for real. Okay. These puppies, they're not really puppies.
What are they?
They're hush puppies.
What are those?
Yeah, they're like salty donuts.
That seems strange.
Well, it's a thing. But we can answer this question now, right?
Sure. The weights of 4 hush puppies are shown in pounds. That's a big donut.
Sure is.
Which list shows these weights in order from greatest to least? Let me see.
What are you looking at the choices for? The original numbers are up here.
Yeah, but I need to know which ones are different. See, these ones all have the same in the second spot. And these two have the same in this spot. These ones have the same in this spot. And these ones have the same in this spot.
Okay, but what does that mean?
It means that these two are a bad place to start. Because if it's the right one, there's still 3 choices left. But if I check the biggest number and the next biggest, or the next smallest number, then I'll eliminate my choices.
All right, cool. So then, which of these is the biggest?
Well, let's put them all into decimals.
Do you want to put them into fractions instead?
No, not today.
But you could if you wanted to.
Sure. This is 9.75.
How do you know that?
Because it's 3/4. Like money.
All right, good call.
Which means this is the biggest. Because 3/4 has to be bigger than 3/8.
How do you know that?
Well, because if I cut something into quarters, the pieces are this big. But if I cut it into eighths, the pieces are this small. So if I have 3 big pieces, it's going to be bigger than 3 small pieces.
Okay. So this is the greatest.
Yep.
So which choices are wrong?
G and H.
All right. And then you said that we need to check the third one?
Actually, the only 2 we have left are different in the second spot, so we can check the second one.
All right. So which is bigger? 9.5 or 9 3/8?
9.5 is bigger.
What? You didn't even do any math. How do you know that?
Because if I color in 3 of these eighths, I still don't have half the circle. But if I colored in half of those, I do have half the circle. So 9.5 is bigger, which means we're already right.
All right. Awesome job, Unikitty. Whatever. So you want to do this again some other time? We can learn some more strategies?
Sure. I love strategies. It's like snuggling.
It's not even a little bit like snuggling.
It starts with an S.
Okay, it's 1 letter, like snuggling.
Yay!
But Unikitty,
Yes?
next time we do a math thing, don't pink on my paper.
Sorry.